Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Hunter back for the rest of Chapter 2 in Little Shaq Takes a Chance. The last time we read, we saw where Little Shaq's teacher, Miss Turpinny, introduced the art project. And Little Shaq was getting pretty frustrated, and he ended up crumpling up his paper. So let's see what happens next. "What are you looking for?" Miss Turpinny asked. "I don't know," said Little Shaq. "My picture didn't turn out so great." "Why don't you give the watercolors a shot?" she suggested. "No, thanks," he said. "I don't like painting." Miss Turpinny raised her eyebrows. "Have you ever tried it?" Little Shaq thought for a moment. "No," he admitted. Miss Turpinny handed him a set of paints. "If you don't like it, you can always try something else, okay?" she said. Little Shaq nodded. "Great," she said. "Let's keep an open mind today." "That's what my mom always says," he replied. "She's a smart lady," said Miss Turpinny. Little Shaq filled a plastic cup with water and started mixing the colors. "Want any help?" asked Rosa. "Sure," he said. "I don't really know what to do." "Here, let's practice together," Rosa replied. Rosa dipped a paintbrush into the purple paint and swirled the brush on the paper. She painted 3 squiggly lines. "Now you try," she said. Little Shaq gulped and picked up the paintbrush. He tried to do what Rosa had just showed him. "First, dip the paintbrush, then squiggle," he said quietly. Little Shaq painted 3 more lines on the paper. "There, you got the hang of it," said Rosa. Little Shaq smiled and went to work. Using the black paint, he drew a large rectangle. Then he added a smaller rectangle inside. It's a backboard," Rosa said. "Yep. I'm going to call this painting Slam Dunk." "It's not done yet, though," said Little Shaq. "I need to add a rim." With the orange watercolor paint, Little Shaq made a circle beneath the small rectangle. He mumbled. "That doesn't look like a rim. It's too flat." Little Shaq sighed and put down his paintbrush. He glanced over at his friends. Rosa was using markers to make lots of little dots on the page, and Walter had painted 2 large squares in different shades of red and orange. Little Shaq never knew his friends were such good artists. He didn't think anybody would want to look at his painting. He put his elbows on the table and buried his head in his hands. The art show was only a few days away. What was Little Shaq going to do? Little Shaq?" said Rosa. "You're painting." "Huh?" He looked up. He had put his elbows right on top of the wet paint. Little Shaq closed his eyes tight. His painting was ruined. "We can fix this," said Rosa. "Forget it," Little Shaq said, standing up. "I'm not making anything." After school, Little Shaq went to the rec center. He couldn't wait to play basketball. At the sound of Coach Mackin's whistle, Little Shaq ran down the court. "I'm open," he yelled. Walter passed him the ball. "Go for 3, Little Shaq." Little Shaq dribbled the basketball up and down. As he looked at the rim, he thought about his painting. Little Shaq couldn't get art class off his mind. "Pass it," shouted Barry. Little Shaq threw the ball to Barry, who scored an easy layup. At the next time out, Little Shaq took a seat on the bench. Rosa climbed down from the bleachers. "What's wrong, Little Shaq?" she asked. "I'm worried about my project for the art show," he told her. "So you're not a painter," she said. "Big deal." "Easy for you to say," he replied. "Your project is really good." "Yours will be too," said Rosa. "Try the clay tomorrow. I bet you're a natural sculptor." "You really think so?" he asked. Rosa nodded as Coach Mackins blew the whistle. Tweet! The next day, Miss Turpinny passed out the class's art projects. Little Shaq looked down at his smear painting and then up at the slab of clay. He was ready to give it a try. Little Shaq took the clay and rolled it back and forth in his hands, making a ball. The clay felt cool and smooth against his fingers. Suddenly, he had an idea. He didn't just love basketball, he loved playing it. Little Shaq knew exactly what he was going to make. For the rest of the week, little Shaq worked on his sculpture every chance he got. At the end of each day, he covered it in cloth so no one could see it. On Thursday afternoon, Miss Turpinny asked everyone to turn in their final projects. Little Shaq took a deep breath and handed his in. "So, was I right about the clay?" asked Rosa. Little Shaq smiled. "We'll see," he answered. And there's the picture. And that's the end of chapter 2. The next chapter is called Game Time.